Kate Rees slid into the Georgian mansion's salon and found herself staring into the shining eyes of a dead duck on a platter. An enormous oil painting. Goosebumps crawled up her neck. Kate's fingers roamed behind the painting's rococo gilt frame to find the rifle pieces taped to it. She slit the tape with the penknife she'd strapped to her ankle. Seconds later, she'd assembled the rifle's shank and bolt head and attached the telescopic sight. Adrenaline coursed through her. Her pulse thudded in her ears. Outside the window, a curl of mist drifted in the dimness, blanketing the mansion's back garden. Nightbirds peeped, and dewed grass gleamed in shafts of diffuse moonlight. She undid the window's latch and pushed. It wouldn't budge. The sash was jammed, painted shut. Of all times. Kate tried the second window, the third. All the same story. Her breath quickened. A sinking feeling bottomed out her chest. Could this get any worse? She had to get a window open, somehow. Bit by bit, the fourth window yielded to her knife. Paint flaked the sill. Grunting, she shoved aside the sash, lifting it the 3 inches she needed for a viable shot. She poked the rifle tip out of the window and hoped the window's bubbled, distorted glass wouldn't throw off her aim. Aimed. Ticking off the variables, second nature to her, she factored in the evening breeze from the west and the clouded orb of the moon casting gray shafts of light. Her eyes scanned the garden. What if she got this wrong? Miscalculated? Then her gaze caught and fastened on her target. She adjusted, aligned the scope to reflect a half centimeter left, prepared to double-tap the target's temple. Focused. Took a breath. Then another. Let everything in the world become this moment. Only this dark night, this dense black-green shrubbery, this hazy figure at the far end of the garden, barely visible against the copse of yews. She inhaled, squeezed the trigger on the exhale. Thup. A sharp crack. She realigned and squeezed the trigger again. Double tap, to be sure, Pa always said. And so she always did. Now to escape. By the time she'd skittered over the mansion's slippery roof tiles, torn her sleeve monkeying down the rust-flaked water pipe, and legged it over the wet grass, her lungs were heaving. She bent down, turned the figure over. A dozen flashlight beams blinded her. Wilkes clicked a stopwatch. "You're 50 seconds late, Madam X." Absurd code name. "Better luck next time," he added. Better luck next time. She kicked the dummy, lifelike in a Gestapo uniform. 2 headshots to the temple. It was perfection. "Try not painting over the window sashes and I'd be here in a minute," Kate said. "Field conditions vary. Factors change," Wilkes said. "It can go pear-shaped in seconds. Snipers need to adapt. Remember, any mission's a gamble." He had that right. Wilkes, a broad-chested former police sergeant from Shanghai and a specialist in bare-hand killing, held a clipboard and turned toward the huddled students. "You always face the unknown. As this exercise with Madam X illustrates, learn to handle a worst-case scenario. The unexpected." 3 of them clustered around the dummy with its painted leer and childish outlines of a Hitler mustache. The bullet holes in the temple leaked wood chips instead of blood. Kate heard a snigger. "This lesson wasn't designed for Madam X to show off," Wilkes said. "You're seeing what can happen in the field, learning how to cope, manage, and think on your feet. Now, return to the classroom. Dissect this operation and discover what else she could have done. Find the mistakes she made." Kate, the sniper instructor, hadn't made a mistake, but that was the point of the lesson. "Whoever gets it right goes next," Wilkes said.